Good morning
Good afternoon.
and evening, wherever you are on our amazing planet. I'm Ariel.
And I am Shya.
Welcome to being here.
Yes.
Oops, I meditated again.
So what is that?
Well,
mean?
meditated is in quotes because
I
sometimes actually do what might be considered meditated. Sometimes in the morning, like I'll just sit, even when I get up from bed and I'm sitting on the end of the bed, and there's something so lovely about being here and breathing and feeling my breath, just because there's pleasure and life and meanness in it. But when that moment completes itself, I get up and I do whatever comes next.
But most folks meditate with the idea of fixing something about them.
Or getting better, improving.
Quieting their mind or being more calm and placid in our crazy world, which is not calm or placid. In any event, most people are in a self-improvement
hamster wheel.
Yeah, that's good. Trying to get better as though they are not already perfect the way they are.
Now, if you're not familiar with our style, Shya and I do finish each other's sentences. So just wanted to let you know. And this podcast is all about being here. And the easiest way to access being here through this medium is by listening.
You see, and we mostly think we listen, but we mostly think. So we think about what's being said and how it compares to what we already know. We think about whether we agree or disagree. We think about the validity and the truth of what's being said. All of that is thinking. There's this amazing event that can happen in an instant if you actually listen without passing the information through what you already know. If you just hear it, not do anything with it, not understand it, not see how it works in your life, it may even get the cat to meow in the background.
You know, as you were speaking about simply hearing it, not passing it through what you know, not applying it to some future moment, I flashed on when we both had COVID, and I got rid of COVID pretty fast, but then I overdid and I had a relapse for whatever reason, whether it was overdoing or not. And so there was a period of time where I slept quite a bit, and you slept some too, but you would watch videos of spay casting, a particular type of
fly
fishing, but a particular cast. And I would watch the video in a
altered
state. It was like listening with my eyes and with my ears. And then when my attention was done there, I'd roll over and go back to sleep. And it was interesting to realize that when we went out on the river the next time, I could fully execute what I had absorbed. And it was something that I had eluded me for 7 years, 10 years. It was something that I perceived as difficult. And when I stopped working on myself, stopped working on it, simply listened, not for any reason except for the fact that I was awake for a few minutes.
It was happening while you were awake.
I think that's one of the brilliances of our Living Made Easy 2-hour seminars, all our seminars actually, but I really see it in the 2-hour seminars where people tune in from all over the world. We hear little snippets of what's going on in their lives.
We don't try to direct it anywhere. We don't try to get anywhere. We don't try to change anything. And miraculously, as if by magic, people's lives get easier and more fun and more fulfilling. And they don't have to make a decision to have those events or those outcomes come about?
Uh, you know, shout out to the people who came up with this title. Oops, I Meditated Again was something created by some of the folks who came to the creativity and intuition course that we did back in August in New York City. And I just wondering for you as a listener if the title grabbed you like, what? Wait. And you look to see what it was about.
See, again, most of us meditate or have meditated. I mean, Ariel and I lived in a meditation center for a couple of years. And so
We're expert at trying to improve ourselves.
That's right. And it was when we stopped working on ourselves to get better that people who knew us said, "What is going on with you? You are so different these days. You're actually at peace."
Yeah. Let's take our first guest.
Okay.
All right, Ulf, welcome to being here. Tell people where you're zooming in from, please.
Hi, Ariel and Shya. I'm zooming in from Cortona in Italy, where I'm in the holidays with my family.
Oh, that's great.
Where, Cortona, I haven't heard of. Is it near any larger cities?
Yeah, it's about, I would say, in 1.5 hour drive with car from Firenze.
Okay.
Florence.
Firenze.
Okay.
So,
And for the American uninitiated to
That's Florence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's in German. It's Florence too, by the way. I thought it was in your language, Firenze too. So that's
Italian,
funny.
it's Firenze, and in the US, it's Florence.
And that's in Siena?
No.
It's near, yeah. Siena is near.
Siena.
Some 40 kilometers. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome to
we have a
being
rough.
here.
We once rescued somebody there.
From Siena.
Right.
And we got to see the Palio, which is a horse race there. It was very, very exciting. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. We actually didn't make it there to Siena because it was too hot to make village trips. So we gone to Florence one day, but yeah, we just skipped that part, so to say. Just relaxed a bit more.
You know, it's always nice when you can adjust your plans because life is arguing you for you to go someplace differently or be somewhere different. So
yeah. Yeah, and to come to the topic of today, so I find it very I also find the title very funny because it's like it reminded me on the Britney Spears song a bit. So this "Oops, I Did It Again." And yeah, I as Corona started, I took part in a meditation course. It was also on Zoom. It was a mindfulness meditation course. Think it's a bit different than the normal meditation that people do because one person is talking all the time and helping to guide. It's like a guided meditation, I would say. That would put it good in words. So, and I've done that a while, and so I had some podcasts that I hear in the morning times, 5 to 10 minutes, that I used. Then about 1 year later, I also made a coaching seminar so that I can guide through these meditations too. And I'm a part-time golf teacher for young people, and I use that a lot when I have some training in the winter time, and they get stressed from school, so I could put them down with a little 5-minute meditation. So I love that a lot. But I found out that after a while
here. Is there a question here?
We're ready for
actually,
you.
there's a question coming. So
okay,
because I've done it quite a while, and but I stopped meditating every day. And I think that was parallel to the time that I started re-engaging to the transformation seminars and courses that you offer, so to say, because for me, I find that an other or easier way to get in the moment and to have a clearer mind, so to say. And the questions is sometimes when I feel that I get angry when what somebody says to me. when I feel the thoughts that came up, and when I'm in the meditation, I would just close my eyes and take 3 deep breaths to calm down and not to say what my mind tells me what I should say, because that's all the time not appropriate, or most of the time. And I was wondering, from a transformational standpoint, what could be an idea to see that I don't get so angry. And I know
Well,
that's
let me
sounds like
stop you here because you know what you're
thank
saying
you.
is good, but if you keep going,
We'll forget the end.
I won't remember. You see, here's the thing. Uh,
Yes.
there's this reality. It's called change. And change is based in good and bad, and right and wrong, and positive and negative,
And better and worse.
better, worse, beautiful, ugly, you know, all those dichotomies. And in your reality, being angry, is it better or worse?
It's bad.
It's bad. It's not better. It's not worse. It's just bad. Very
It's bad.
good. That's good. So now let's go to the 3 principles of instantaneous transformation. First one says anything you resist, anything you judge, sticks around. So you push up against something, you're stuck to it. So you push up against your anger because you think it's bad, and you get stuck in being angry.
Oh, okay.
See how simple that was? Now, okay. Now, next question, Ulf. Can you, in this moment, right now, be different than you are? Right now, too late.
No,
now,
I can't.
Okay. So if anger happened to show up in this moment, could you not be angry when you're angry?
No.
But is it a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a thing.
No, that may be the right answer, but that's not what you think.
Yeah, you get that rush of anger at your wife or one of your kids or one of the people you're coaching or in traffic, and your automatic knee-jerk reaction is to
Resist
it and judge yourself for having had that rush. True?
Yeah.
I thought I was getting somewhere.
I thought I was over that.
I thought I was over that by now. Yeah. Now you're smiling, but this is
Yes.
audio right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're spot on. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Have to be over.
Yes.
Third principle.
Anything you see and allow to be as it is completes itself. It's over in the seeing of it. See, that's very different than meditating, trying to get into the moment to get away from the way you're being in the moment. So you can only be exactly as you are in the current moment of your life. And that's the first principle. Second principle, the current moment shows up exactly as it does and cannot be changed. It shows up. It's like turning on a light. Once you turn it on, it's on. See?
Yeah.
So if you turn the light on your anger, because it showed up, and you actually see it without judging it and let yourself feel what you're feeling, you might be surprised to discover that it loses its power over you.
Yeah.
You actually aren't angry anymore in the seeing of the anger. But you've been trained and raised in a world that's based in change, based in good and bad and right and wrong. Oh, yes, I forgot. It takes place over time. So you get incrementally better, but you never get better. It's never done because you keep resisting what you don't want, even if what you don't want is what you have. And that keeps it in place.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful. You have these that you did a training and you have the mindfulness meditation. I'm putting it in quotes because I really don't know a lot about that, except for that it sounds like a very useful tool to have in your toolbox when I saw a picture of you with some of your students around 10 years old, and they looked so thrilled with themselves and with you and being with you. And that's not something that you can, hype up for.
And you didn't manipulate them to get them to be that way.
So if
No.
you can see them unnecessarily pressuring themselves and you can find an access way to bring them back to themselves, good for you. And I really get that you don't meditate as much right now, again in quotes, as a practice, potentially because your entire life becomes that way when you're being here. Everything you were talking a moment ago, and I became aware of the cool air on my feet and legs because we have air conditioning and we're recording this when it's a little warmer out. And the lights in the room and the color and being with you and how I feel, it's not exclusive of uh, of anything, and then all that goes away in a moment because I'm listening to you, and then something else comes in, and it's fluid as opposed to controlled, and our minds really like to control things.
Yeah. We had a talk a few weeks ago where you brought this nice picture that keeps coming back to me, that the moment it's like a river that flows by. I love that a lot. So
But the
that's a very nice
river,
picture.
the river, Ulf, is never the same.
Hmm.
It may be called by the same name, but the water level, the temperature, the sun, the air, the wind, it's all new every time.
Hmm.
See, and if you're normal, you want to have life show up the way you would prefer.
River,
Hmm.
water, wet.
And and it never shows up the way you would prefer until you start preferring the way it's showing up.
Preferring the way to us. Yeah.
That's very
That's
different
good.
than
That's different. Yeah, that's
than
different.
upsetting yourself when life does not turn out the way you think it ought to.
Hmm. Yeah, great. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
In a way, the course that we're doing next week in Hamburg, I guess we're not doing the Freedom to Breathe next week. We do that one in New York City in December.
Mhm.
It really is using breath as an access way, breath by breath, to bring our attention into our bodies. It is meditative in a way, but it's not a meditation.
It's not based in trying to get somewhere better than where you are. It's based in getting where you are.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wanted to say one other thing about your flashes of anger or when you find yourself angry. I suspect by the time you register that you're angry, you're a couple days into an upset. Because my experience of flashes of anger, getting really irritated, or usually it's like the tip of an iceberg. The iceberg, the majority of it's underwater, and the tip
Mhm.
shows. And whether it's something you resisted a couple of days ago, something you got preoccupied with, a person who you had an interaction with that didn't go well, but you pushed it aside. You don't want to just let yourself feel it, and then it incubates. It's kind of like
Mhm.
COVID. Remember back when you get people got the COVID or the flu or a cold, someone could sneeze on you and you don't sneeze back in the next 30 seconds. It incubates and then you're like, ah, I caught that. Well, that can
Mm.
happen with the experience of being irritated as
Mm.
well.
The other thing that you may not know is that your experience of irritation goes out into the world around you, and other people feel irritated when they're about to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
and that also, so does your sense of well-being goes out into the world. So people think of you and they're like, ah, it's
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Good.
one other thing, I know you're with your family and you're on vacation. It's interesting that you're brought up the subject of being angry, because it's not my normal experience of you, but I have found that sometimes people have more of a challenge after being
on vacation.
And
Because
around family members rather than
you see, your normal day-to-day job, work, things that you are engaged in, they occupy your time, and so you don't have
Mhm.
time to get upset.
Mhm.
You got to get the job done.
Yeah, you have no time to think about, and
whether or
you
not
Whether
have
you
you
no time
like
like,
it.
good or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you, and yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a funny holiday that we have here because it's like a patchwork holiday because our daughter was there with us from the first time. Then she flew from Florence to some other point, and then my son came with his girlfriend. So it was all the time like a switching. Maybe that irritated me a bit. So
Well,
well,
and
no,
they're
now
they're
let me stop you there, because you said something that I find very revealing. You
Mhm.
said that's what irritated you. That's what got you upset. No,
Maybe.
no. If you are upset, then other people can upset you. But when you're not upset, they do the same things and you don't get upset.
Yeah, okay. It's
It-
my upset in the first place, yeah.
that's right.
if we go back to what you said from what I'm just recalling, because we've had some communications, your daughter went off to school halfway around the world for 6 months or something now, right? You're not going to see
Hmm.
her in this time frame.
Yeah.
There is loss involved then.
And loss is a huge contributor to upset.
And it's easier to be angry than to experience loss or
Or,
grief.
Right.
or sadness.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt sadness when she left. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's right here, right now, because I can hear it in your voice and see it in your face.
Yeah.
It's not a failure on
Yeah.
your part, you know? I know that you've shepherded her off into the world and you're really happy that she's spreading her wings and flying, but that doesn't mean you aren't sad, concerned and sad to see her go.
Yeah.
And anything
Yeah, that's right.
without judging completes itself. And in
In
there,
an instant, it completes itself. It doesn't take time.
plus in there of is your sweetness. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for,
Joining us from Cortana, Italy, on your vacation.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. That was nice.
Our pleasure. Hey, it's time for the listener feedback spotlight.
It's where we get to hear from people in this amazing listenership and transformation community talking about what's happening in their lives.
Hi, I'm Renate from Switzerland, Bern. I was lucky meeting the Kanes some years ago. In being part of the seminars and listening to the podcast with the Kanes, that made my life easier. Being in the moment helps seeing what life is and enjoying it.
Do you want to have well-being with consistency? Connect with people all over the world from the comfort of your own home at Ariel and Shya's lively interactive Living Made Easy virtual seminars. Join any of their 2-hour online events or take a deep dive into the magic of being you at a virtual weekend seminar. Come on, let's connect. Find out more and register at transformationmadeeasy.com.
We have a Living Made Easy 2-hour seminar this Saturday. You're welcome to join us. It's at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and it's at 3 o'clock or 1500 Central European Time. So you can visit the website and register should you like to join us. Next week, Thursday, Susan Finch, and some of you know her as Susan Mercier. Susan Finch is her professional name, is joining me in Hamburg. We are doing a one-day course called Speak Up, and it's a lot of fun. It's all fun. It's geared to support us in
Expressing.
ourselves. And then Shya and I, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, the 24th, 5th, and 6th, also in Hamburg, Germany.
We will be facilitating practical enlightenment.
Yes, I'm really, really happy we get to go and see our friends from around the world, and in particular our European community. If there's still room for you, should you wish to join us. And if you're already registered, we're really looking forward to seeing you. In New York City, early December, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, 5th, 6th, and 7th. We are hosting the Freedom to Breathe and Art of Being a Healer seminar. I just got the confirmation from the facility. We're all set to go. So we're ready for you should you wish to join us. You can sign up for all of those things, and there's still room in Costa Rica should you wish to join us in 2026, January, for 1 or 2 weeks. And the weekend seminars are a prerequisite. You need at least one in this year.
That's right.
All right. So
now we have another guest.
Yes, as she's coming on, just let me tell you, our website is transformationmadeeasy.com. You can go there and register. Hi, Daniela.
Hi. Hi, Ariel. Hi, Shya.
Welcome to being here.
Yeah, thank you. I'm calling in from Euskirchen in Germany, very close to Cologne.
Nice. Euskirchen.
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome.
What can we do for you?
A lot.
A lot. So we'll start with what you'd like us to
Okay, pick one then. Pick one of the lot.
Yeah. One
Well,
thing.
look, it sounds from what you just said in that groan, like you've been complaining about some circumstance in your life.
Yeah, yes. Well, what I got stuck with, what you said before, was maybe you said it differently, but something in this, like feeling your feelings or don't want to feel your feelings. Something you said something about that.
Okay.
So what feelings are you not wanting to feel?
My insecurities.
Oh,
I'm not sure those are feelings, actually.
They're more ideas.
They're a thought that plays that you grab onto, and then the thought itself can produce body sensations. But if you're afraid to speak up because somebody might not like you or might not like what you have to say, I'm not sure that you're actually experiencing fear. You have the thought, oh my, they might not like me. You think that thought is you think it's true, and I would guess you'd call that an insecurity.
I started a new job in June, and yeah, I mean, yeah.
And what?
I feel so I started this new job, and in this position, I have a lot of freedom. I can take a lot of decisions on my own, and when I need support, I will be supported. So it's a very nice atmosphere, and people are very open. And
But Abba,
I have a question that shows up that goes something like, are they really very nice and very supportive?
yes,
okay. So then,
but
do you think
There's
you
an
need?
Abba there.
Yes,
yes.
Abba, yes, but
So it showed today, and um, I'm in a group where a person left because he wanted to leave the whole company. Okay, he left, and I don't know. Sometimes I'm thinking, uh, like today, somebody said to me, "Oh, Daniela, you're doing the same thing that this guy did. Like I worked today from my balcony, yeah." And then I don't know. I get these things like, I hope I'm not doing it wrong. I hope I don't want to leave the
So
company. I don't
look,
know.
what I can tell you from what I see, sense, and feel in this moment is that you're second guessing yourself. You know, everything you say is something that you edit. You start a sentence and then you change it because you think you're going to do it wrong. Daniela, my darling, you cannot do the moment wrong. You can only be exactly as you are. And I think you're misguided. I think the people that you work with are not as kind and supportive as you think or you tell yourself they are,
Well-
because you don't want to see that they are undermining you because they're envious of you having the position in the first place.
in the moments they're envious. I know we talked about this recently in some of the Living Made Easies, and I believe perhaps in the podcast. Malcolm Gladwell wrote a book called Blink, and that in a blink, you can actually see, sense, feel an enormous amount about a person.
Know them.
Know them, their background, their education level, where they went, sexual preferences, all sorts of things in a blink if you're here. There are people who are really, really good at it.
Mm.
So when we did our course for creativity and intuition, we had some fun with this blink game where we'd have somebody sit in front of a person who had their eyes closed, and the person would just open their eyes and blink them closed again. And it was interesting because I've known you for a number of years.
Yeah.
So if I were to play that game with you and blink and see who you are in this moment, in that blink, I got an apologetic version of Daniela. I've seen the blink full tilt out there version. I've seen the irritated or angry version. When you say the people at work are all open, it can't be.
That's an impossibility.
It not as a statement for or against them.
Mm.
But one of the things I've discovered is if I say, oh, this is Daniela, I can rely on her, then I'm never looking to see who you are in this moment and whether or not you're in the midst of an upset, or if you're in a very expansive moment, or if you're feeling overwhelmed, or if you're preoccupied because it's your daughter's 6th birthday today, or that type of thing. So there's something about that I don't believe you are including.
It's that you don't want to see their competitive nature. See, the people you're working with, a lot of them wanted your job and you got it, and they don't. And they resent you for it, but they resent you with a smile and a good morning cup of coffee.
Well, the other thing, I've seen this.
You laughed when I said that.
Yeah, because I sometimes, well, also today I heard, Daniel, you really took the position. Why? It's like, this is shit, this is shit, this is not good. And then I thought, okay, but I like it.
Yeah, but tell me how that translates into open and supportive. How does that translate into that? because that's what you said they are. They're all open and supportive.
Yeah. No, they're not.
I'll tell you, that is
You would like them to be open and supportive. But hey, they're
normal.
I was going to get prejudicial. They're German. German people are not that open and supportive. Some of them are, but the vast majority are very insulated, very careful. They see people as foreigners. They are not as open as you would suggest.
Well, I can tell you that.
And you nodded your head, so the listener couldn't see, but there was a nod of agreement with what I was saying.
You know, that's not a German failing. I know that around the times of here in the United States, whenever we are electing officials, the tribalism of people's beliefs seem to be really on display, where people are looking for others, these kind people. Sometimes they erupt in very unkind things, and it doesn't matter if you're on what you would be called the liberal side or the more conservative side. There's other. And I'll tell you something else. I think that comment, if you created recreated, why do you like this part of your job is shit and that part of your job is shit, to parrot back what you said. Wow, is that skillful? If I can get you to have your attention on you and whether or not this is a good job, you're not going to see me not produce. You won't be able to be there to manage me. That's good. Throw your attention on,
how you're doing.
Yeah.
If you're actually engaged in what you have to do, Daniela, you will do it brilliantly. How long have you worked for this company?
A lot, over 22 years.
Yeah. And so they trust you to have this position because you've demonstrated you're capable of holding this position and being successful with it. And so you have these lovely, open people having you doubt yourself.
I mean,
or whether you should even have the job.
You're like the guy who left. You are on your balcony. I don't know, Daniela. I have a feeling that there are some people who could be really good sounding board for you to say, gee, I don't know how to do this thing, or I'm wrestling with this, whether it's somebody who manages you or not. I don't really have managers, although Shya manages me, so sometimes he is. The people who produce this podcast manage me. So I have managers in that respect. I have people who I manage, and I look and see who I can be straightforward with in any given moment if I'm having doubts about something. But they're always giving me feedback that, in my experience, is honest and also allows me to experience myself as greater rather than diminished. If you're getting feedback from people that diminish you and you're not having a temper tantrum, because people can say something to you and then you can have a snit and then that's all on you, I'd get interested in that. You can develop everybody around you to be a support structure if you're good at it. You just have to develop it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But it would require you're looking and seeing when people are being supportive and when they're undermining.
You can't say with a broad brush, I work at a great company. All these people are open. Similar to, they say, oh, you work at this company and it's crap, the kind of shit. I kind of hate to keep using that word, but that's their perspective in that moment because they're unhappy with themselves and they're sharing that perspective with you.
And, Daniela, these people are not happy folks. And, misery loves company.
I imagine everybody listening to this, including you, Daniela, knows that there have been times when you're doing really well and you just want everybody to have what you have. And there have been times when your life just feels like a misery fest and you are happy to spread that misery fest or complain with whomever might be willing to listen.
Yeah.
We've all played both sides.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And yeah.
One of these things that we're playing with in the practical enlightenment course that we're
Going to be doing
next week. Transformation happens in an instant, happens outside of time. And it absolutely happens when you're honest with yourself. Honesty is just this incredible, it was like, oh, I discovered I know we've spoken COVID a few times today, but maybe because I saw a video of us that we put out during COVID called "What Are You Waiting For?" I was cleaning out our Dropbox. I told myself that after COVID, my legs didn't work very well. And they didn't work very well. And I said it was, caused by COVID, like something weird happened. My legs didn't work very well. But it never occurred to me until recently when I've been really, really a lot more active, that during that time frame, I was very inactive. So maybe it wasn't the COVID virus at all. Maybe it was inactivity. But I told and purported a story to anybody who would hear it because I wasn't really interested in getting active again. So,
yeah.
Just saying.
And I want to add that it's so nice being with you and with the community.
Thank you. And by the way, I don't think anybody cares whether you're on your balcony, in your bathroom, on your front porch, in the office, as long as you're producing. Just saying.
And one other thing, I think the people you manage, you can't hold them as your friends.
Yeah.
Because they will manipulate you to upset you and distract you so they can get away with not working when they should be.
Not saying you can't be friendly with them and actually have friends there, but you have to be willing to be the manager.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Feel free to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, it's amazing. We've had some really lovely blogs lately written by people in this community, excerpts from books that we've written that have, touching chapters and whatnot. And that comes with your newsletter subscription. You can find all our courses and newsletter sign up link at transformationmadeeasy.com. Next week's podcast episode is
Got Sex?
That should be fun. We'll be back next week.
So come on back.
And don't miss
being here.